How men quietly destroy their potential without realizing it. Most men don't lose because of one big failure. They lose by dying in small pieces every day. They don't see it happening. No warning signs. No alarms. Just a slow decay disguised as normal life. The tragedy? They think they're safe because they're not in crisis. But safety is the most dangerous prison a man can live in. If you want to know why so many men never become who they were meant to be, it's not because they were too weak to win. It's because they were too comfortable to fight. 1. They trade discipline for dopamine. Every man has a choice each day. Feed the mind. Or feed the craving. But here's the quiet killer, small indulgences that feel harmless. One more scroll on the phone. One more skipped workout. One more night of junk food. One more hour lost to a screen. Each choice whispers, it's just one time. But one time, repeated daily, becomes your identity. Discipline is the bank account of potential. And every time you give in to an easy pleasure, you make a withdrawal. Most men never go bankrupt all at once. They bleed out through thousands of tiny withdrawals. Until one day they wake up and realize they have nothing left. 2. They stop learning once school ends. The average man thinks education ends with a diploma. That's why he never grows. He just replays the same year of his life for decades. The great men know the opposite is true. Real learning begins when school ends. Every book not read. Every skill not built. Every challenge avoided. Every mentor ignored. These are silent doors you refuse to open. And here's the truth. Life never stops testing you. If you stop learning, you fail the tests without even knowing the questions. 3. They surround themselves with the wrong men. Your circle is your mirror. If the men around you waste their days, so will you. If they numb themselves with vice, you'll join in. If they complain instead of building, you'll decay right beside them. Greatness spreads. So does mediocrity. And mediocrity is the more contagious disease. Here's the brutal wisdom. If your friends don't challenge your laziness, you don't have friends, you have accomplices. 4. They mistake talking for doing. This one is lethal. Most men love to talk about their dreams. They'll tell you about the business they'll start next year, the body they'll build after the holidays, the book they'll write. Once things calm down, they feed themselves with the illusion of progress. But the bank account stays empty. The body stays weak. And the dream stays a dream. Why? Because talking about what you'll do is a dopamine hit in disguise. It tricks your brain into thinking you've already made progress. And once you've had that hit, you've lost the hunger to actually do it. 5. They let comfort become their master. Most men are not destroyed by enemies. They're destroyed by comfort. A steady paycheck. A warm bed. Easy entertainment. No risk. No real challenge. Just enough to stay alive, but never enough to feel alive. Comfort feels harmless because it doesn't hurt. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to hurt to kill you. A man without discomfort is a man without growth. And a man without growth is a man waiting for the slow death of his own spirit. 6. They avoid the hard conversations. Another quiet killer, avoiding truth. Not with enemies, but with themselves. They never face their failures. Never confront their bad habits. Never admit when they've been weak. So the weakness grows in the dark. A man who cannot be honest with himself will never break free from himself. The hardest conversation you will ever have is the one you have alone in a room, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, "This is not who I want to be." 7. They forget that time is blood. Every wasted hour is not just time, it's life. Men live like they have decades to spare, like they can always start tomorrow. But tomorrow is a lie that has buried more men than any grave. You will die, and you don't know when. The clock is your executioner, and he doesn't care about your excuses. The men who become great understand this deeply. They don't waste minutes, Because they know minutes become years. And years wasted become regret. And regret is forever. 8. They don't commit to the boring work. Here's the secret no one wants to hear. Greatness is boring. It's not constant excitement. It's repetition. It's showing up daily, doing the same unglamorous tasks with no applause. Over and over. For years. The reason most men never reach their potential is simple. They get bored. And boredom kills more dreams than failure ever will. The man who can embrace the boredom of mastery becomes unstoppable. 9. They wait for permission. Men who wait for permission never start. They wait for the right time, the perfect plan, the green light from friends, family, society. The truth? Nobody is coming to crown you. You have to claim your own throne. And that means moving without approval, without applause, without certainty. If you need permission to start, you've already lost. 10. They lose the war in their mind. Every battle you face in the world begins here, in your head. Men quietly destroy themselves when they let fear, doubt, and weakness set up camp in their minds. And the worst part? They believe the lies their mind tells them. I'm not ready. It's too late. I'll start tomorrow. The man who conquers his mind can lose 100 times in the world and still win. The man who loses in his mind is defeated before he even takes a step. The silent truth. The destruction of potential doesn't make a sound. It's not an explosion, it's erosion. One lazy choice at a time. One compromise at a time. One day of comfort at a time. You won't notice it until you've become a shadow of who you were meant to be. And by then, most men never come back. But here's the power. If you're reading this and you feel the truth cutting deep, you can still rebuild. Not tomorrow. Not one day. Now. Because the longer you wait, the smaller you become. The way back. 1. Cut the dead weight. People, habits, and comforts that keep you soft. 2. Train your mind daily. Read, reflect, write, challenge your own thoughts. 3. Move your body. Strength in the body breeds strength in the mind. 4. Embrace discomfort. Seek challenges that test you. 5. Kill the clock. Treat every day like it's borrowed time. 6. Execute without talking. Let results speak. 7. Make boredom your ally. Fall in love with repetition. Final truth. Potential means nothing if you're killing it in silence. And most men die long before they're buried. Don't let that be you. The world doesn't need another man who could have been great. It needs a man who chooses to be great. Now.